I am back with another video, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to get brows. I sound like a gremlin. Oh my god, my voice is messed up, I'm sick, and yes, I'm wearing a scarf in the house. It just makes me feel more comfortable. Like, everybody's like, you need to drink orange juice and take NyQuil and drink tea and stuff, but honestly, I honestly prefer like apple juice or something. And I don't know, I'm just not a warm tea person, but I'm like a cold tea person. Anyways, that's beside the point. You're here to get fleeky, not talk about my diseases. So anyways, if you want to know how to get this brow, keep on watching. So anyways, I've personally tried like all the brow products, like the extra poppin' ones and also the not so poppin' ones or whatever. I used to have like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and I also had the Benefit Ka-Brow type situation. Now I liked that one, but I really didn't like the Anastasia one. Shocker, unpopular opinion, but I really feel like it was kind of dry, and it didn't, like, I don't know, it left like a gray tone on my skin, and I didn't like it. So that was a no for me. And then recently I've been using this e.l.f. pencil, and I've heard a lot of mixed, I don't know if it's upside down or not, I don't care. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about that. Like, a lot of people either didn't like it or they really did like it. What I will say, it is a little bit harder to work into the brows, but I like the color payoff behind it, even though it takes a little bit longer. But hey, if you want to look good, you gotta do what you gotta do. But recently, I've honestly just been using like regular $1.49 pencils, and I've still been getting like the same look as like some of the high-end brows or whatever, and it just works better for me. I don't know how anybody else does theirs, but this is how I got that, so to each his own, right? So anyways, we're just gonna start out with sharpening this because it's a little bit dull because I just did this brow, and I had recorded myself doing this one, but then like the camera started going up and up and up gradually. Like, it freaking sucked. So that was a no. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just do one brow, which kind of sucks that I did this one first, because this one's my bad brow because I have this scar over here from a piercing. Long story, don't feel like talking about it. Also, you see, I sound like a frog. Also, my lips are dry. I don't care. I'm sick. Every time I put stuff on them, it just like absorbs it right in there. So I'm like, whatever. So this, I believe, is a Color Mates pencil. It's probably like $1 at Big Lot somewhere or whatever. Look, guys, if you can get on and find a cheap product that does what it's supposed to do, do it. You don't have to sit up here and buy like expensive products from somewhere. So yeah, so give me like 5 seconds, guys. This is too much. So what we're gonna start off doing is like, you guys don't know how many times I try to get to this part. Anyways, we're going to take the back of this e.l.f. pencil or whatever and use the spoolie. I have another spoolie, but I just feel like this one is really good for what I need it to do. We're kind of going to brush the brow hairs up and back at the same time, like that. And then we're going to take the pencil, and everybody says your eyebrows are supposed to be like sisters, not twins or whatever. If my brows can be twins, I'm gonna try and make them twins, because honestly, who wants, I don't know, like, I don't want to go outside and people see my brows be like noticeably different or something like that. Like, I really hate that. But chances are they will be, just because, like I said, I have this scar over here and it's so hard to get like the same angles. because hair doesn't really grow back there anymore. What you really want to do is, you see where your brow hairs stop, you want to go slightly past that so that later on you'll be able to get your desired effect. So what we're going to do is make sure that you follow your brow hair. Don't be all over dramatic because that's honestly not cute. Just saying. We're kind of going to have to create a tail for this one just because it doesn't have one. And your goal is to make it look similar to this one. I think it needs to be down a little more. Something like that. We'll just clean it up later and I'll show you how to do that. So then you go to the top of your brows and you want to stop like a quarter of the way through and start from like right there. You don't ever want the lines to be equal to each other right there because your brows will end up looking extremely boxy. And like I said, with this one I have to be like slightly dramatic because I have to kind of create a shape for the back side of my brow with this. I've honestly thought about just cutting off the tail end of that one so it just matched this one, but I'm kind of nervous about doing that because I really don't even like the process of having to draw this one. So you just really make sure that you cover all the naked-ish looking spots up until that line that you stopped at. Yep. And then you take your spoolie again and the product that you have in your brows already, you're just going to finesse that into the frontal brow hairs. Just like this. And it's going to look super messy at first, but you're going to be able to clean it up, which is awesome. Just like that. And it looks terrible right now, but you'll be able to get this in a second watch. So, this is an oldie but a goodie. It's the lagirl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn. Freaking love this stuff. I don't use it anymore for like under eye concealer or anything like that, but I love using it for my brows still. We're just gonna take like an old brush that I have because I really don't like using my new brushes for my brows, just because I feel like this one, it's faithful to me and it's been there through thick and thin. So we're gonna take a little bit on the back of the hand and just dip into it. Don't overcoat it because if you do, you'll probably end up messing up your brows by like accidentally touching it or something like that. So we're gonna start out, and you know how you went just slightly over where your brow hairs are, you're gonna do that a little bit with the concealer. And a lot of people don't really like going right under their brow with it, but if you have a steady hand, you should be okay. We're just gonna carve that out. You have to carve it out into the shape that you want it to go, or to the shape of your other brow, or your sister brow, whatever. I don't know, that's what everybody else says, so. I'm just gonna go right along it. It's always so awkward doing like tutorials and stuff because while you're like trying to concentrate, you have to remember like there's somebody probably watching you just do this and you're not speaking. Oh, did I touch something? No, I didn't. You see, you just have to like worry about what you're doing, you know? You don't want to have it like super clean right there because if it's super clean under here and you try to do the same thing up there, you won't get the same tail effect. So then, if it gets a little dry, you want to dip into it a little bit more. And a lot of people don't do this anymore, but I still do it because I think that the method really works for me. Especially like when I'm doing like a full face or something like that. I tend to do it less if I'm just going out with like brows and mascara or something like that. But if I'm about to like do a full beat after this, I still go to the top part. Oops. See, that's why you pay attention. So with a steady hand, which mine doesn't seem to be today, I'm just gonna go along the top part and carve out those edges. And sometimes if you wanted to match this one, because I think this one was slightly longer at the end, you can like kind of chop it off with a concealer like that. Like just wipe it away. Yep. And there she goes. Almost. Hold on. I thought I had it. Just looks slightly thicker at the front. I don't like that. Alright. And there it is with the concealer. So usually once you've done all this process, you see how it kind of like fades away. It looks like it melts into the skin. That's what I really love about the LA Girl Pro Concealers. Because like the more you finesse it into the skin and stuff like that, it just looks like it melts. Guys, my phone literally turned off or whatever it did in the middle of my little thing. But luckily I was done. So this is basically the finished look. I don't really know if you could see it all too well. But yes, sister friends, sister twins, whatever you want to call them. This is the completed brow look. So if you loved it, like, share, and subscribe because PG-14 will be back.